Here we are, back at it again. I am your host. You will be riding along with me today. You will be riding along with Bo Miles. Right? You will be riding along. You will be hanging out with I today for this moment. Again, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you guys. Let
me introduce you to Bo Miles, a unique and likable guy. Everyday life, friends and family makes up the artist's dream.
Look, we just gotta be grateful, right? We can't focus on the negative for too long, right? Because then we start to only see the negative. And so like if you become obsessed with negativity and negative intentions, then you'll only see negativity and negative intentions. That's all you'll see. But remember that positivity and selfless intentions are all around us. Like, we have to remind ourselves of this from time to time, right? Now, I do want to say that people don't care, but that's okay. That's only because they care about themselves. It's only because they care about themselves more, right? Now, is that just a blanket? We just throw a blanket over that? I think as long as we keep that in the back of our mind, as long as we understand that moving forward, then we'll always be in a good state of mind to engage and to see positivity, because we have to be able to look and see positivity as it is happening, because it is happening, right? And this is not even what we're going to focus on. Man, and I knew before I even started recording that I should get a water, right? Should have water up here ready. But I could just hear it in my voice as I'm talking more. But we'll see. Because remember, we got the pause button, and we have our trusty cue sound that that I like to use anytime that I can. So I think that I will do it. But before we do all of that, right? We have to say that positivity is around us just like negativity, right? It's only what we choose to see, right? Because both is happening. Both are happening at the same time. Both of them. Both are happening at the same time. Because I want to say that when someone is trying to sell you something, they don't care. And that's not a bad thing, right? Like that's not a bad thing. It's not. It's not a bad thing. When people are trying to sell, but we just have to be aware, okay, that okay, all right, if someone's trying to sell us help, then they don't care. Like, look, it's just the way it is. All right, that's just the way it is. I was walking. I was walking through like the mall, like what do they call these new outlets, right? And I'm sure you guys have them. I'm sure they're everywhere. They're like outdoors type of quote unquote outlet. This is the name that they're using, outlet. Now, an outlet back in the day was a true outlet. Now I'm saying like in the 90s, if you went to an outlet, that was more like a wholesale, or it was cheaper, right? The products were cheaper because it was like old stock, and this is the product that the stores, at the retail stores, couldn't take. So this was your first type of outlet. So you would go there. Let's say you went to the Polo outlet or the American Eagle outlet. This was a real outlet, so the prices were cheaper because of the season. They had already sold their merch to stores, whatever they sold, right? Whatever their deals. And this is just like the overflow. This is the overflow, and they're like, look, boom, we have to get ready for the upcoming season, right? So that's why the prices were always low. So you could get stuff for half price, 75% off, and things like that, because the way it usually works is you sell it to a retail store. Let's say Bo Miles is a fashion brand. Okay, so you sell your goods. So, look, we are Bo Miles, the brand. We're Bo Miles, the fashion brand. And we have a deal with, let's just give it one store just so we can keep everything simple. We have a deal with Macy's. And Macy's is a part of a bigger chain, right? They have a whole bunch of different stores, all that kind of look like Macy's, but they're not. They could have different names. They could be called Kaufman's. They could be called Macy's, and there are a bunch of different names that they could be called. But it's just one company. So once you mess with that one company, so let's just say, for lack, just to make everything simple, let's just say that this is called, that Macy's is the number one, and all of these little other stores are the smaller branches, or it wouldn't say smaller, but just the other branches under Macy's, right? So we, Bo Miles, the fashion company, we have some jeans. So we made 100 pair. We made 100 pair. But Macy's and their chain and everything, let's say we have a relationship, but because I don't want to say because if it's a new relationship and we made 100, we're not going to be able to sell 100. We might have to do a consignment deal where we hold and let's say it cost us $10, right? So let's just say it costs us $1, just so we can keep everything simple. So it costs us $1, so that means that we have put up $100 that we have in pants. So we have 100 pair of pants, and they all cost us $100. So we're $100 in the hole. Okay. With a new relationship, they might want to sell a pair. So let's say that if they're selling it for 10 and on a new relationship, the best way to get our merch into Macy's. Now, we're not going to say that this is a new relationship, but let's just say that it is. real briefly. In a new relationship, the best way to get our product in there is to give Macy's the greater profit, right? So it costs us $1. We're selling it for 10. So we tell Macy's that, look, you give us $4 and and you guys get $6, right? So for every pair you sell, you guys can keep $6 and we keep $4. Now in a brand new relationship, you might have to have a consignment deal where they don't pay for the goods. They just wait until they sell, and then after they sell it, then we get paid. Okay, so they say, look, we sold 100 pair. Boom, here's your cut, right? So your cut would be $400. It would be $400, right? It would be $400. They would get $600. So this gives them a no risk relationship. This is a no risk relationship. We just want the product in the store, right? We're not saying it from that point. The other way, once you are established, so let's say we're already selling, and now Macy's, they need us to get people into their store because it's all about the upsell. It's all about the upsell. Okay. So, all right, they make, again, now because they need us, then of course we're not going to do a 40-60 their way. Like, you guys need us. So now we got to flip it. Okay. We got to flip it. You're gonna buy it for $4. So now you guys are going to pay us $400. We're going to give you the jeans. We're going to give you 100 pair of jeans. Now, whatever they can sell, let's say they sell 75. They sell 75%. So that means they have 25. So they made 75% of the their $400, which is good, right? This is good. They made 75%, so they're good. But they have 25% left, right? They have 25% left, and they're like, all right, we have to get ready for the next batch because we're going to be coming out with the next season of goods. So they can choose to sell and discount that stuff at a cheaper rate, right? They've already made their money, and remember, the real money is on on upselling. So once they get people in there buying jeans, so whatever their moneymaker is, they're going to have their moneymaker paired with these jeans. So let's say like Macy's and those type of stores, department stores, they sell washers, they sell dryers. Now remember, they're making $3 for every pair that they sell. Right? So they're making $3 and they've already paid a discounted rate. Now the first deal, remember our first deal was consignment. They didn't have to pay anything and they made the most profit. We just waited to get paid. Okay? But once we're established, we're like Ralph Lauren. We're like Dolce & Gabbana. We're like all these other brands. Let's see, Nautica, Tommy Hilfiger, right? For those type of stores, for that Macy's brand, that's what's going to be their top brands. They're going to be those three. So they're going to have their own space, and it's going to be highlighted. They're going to have their own signage. It's going to be just separated and highlighted so that you know where it is. Okay, so we've reached that level. So now they pay us, right? So if they're going to make if they're going to make 300, total off of every 100 pair, right? They're going to make 300. So let's say we're going to sell it at around, I would say, if they don't need us, I mean, if they do need us, right? If we're like Tommy and Polo, the big three, then we're going to sell. We know that they can make 300. We're going to sell it. In my head, I just feel like 250. I feel like 250 is a good deal. They get to make $50. But remember, they're really making money off of the traffic because they have so many other goods. So as long as they can get people in there and they get people coming, so then people are going to come and look, let's check out the Bo Miles shirts or the Bo Miles pants, right? In this idea, we're checking out the Bo Miles pants. So remember, they're making $50 of profit, and let's give them more. Okay, so we're going to sell it for let's give them 220 or 200, right? Let's give them $200. So they give us $200. We give them well, that's wrong, because they have to they have to pay us, because remember that if they're going for, when they sell 100 of them, they're going to make $300. Right? And they're selling for $10. So then the total is $1,000, right? We just have to we just got to check our math. We always got to check our math, right? So that's $10 times 100 is 1,000. All right. So that's the potential sale. The potential profit is $1,000. It's 10 times what the actual cost is. It costs us $1 to make, right? So we have $1,000 worth of potential here. They would have to pay. They would have to pay like maybe 6,000. I would say they would probably. So if they paid $7,000. No, I mean 700. If they paid $700, then they would only make $300 of profit. So they're in a loss, right? So that's wrong. If they pay $500, they would have to sell all of them. Then they would make $500. So we would have to sell it. I would say we would sell at it would be around like 600, right? $600 and $700. Okay. So then their profit would be around $300. We would already be getting our money. Now this is the second deal. Okay. So we're already getting our money on this second deal. But it's up to them to make their money. So if they buy it for $400, they have $600 that they could possibly make. Right? So, like I said, we want them at around $700. So they're buying for around $650, $700. Okay? So they can make $300. But so if they're buying at $700, so if they're buying it at $700, then they have to sell 70 pair. To make their money. But see, that's what is, because remember, because it's $1 to make. And now we're just, like I said, we just have to make sure our numbers are correct. All right. So we said it that we have 100 pair. Boom, that's right. So that is right. Okay. So we got 7. And we know that, let's see. We have 70 times that. All right. Okay. Boom. All right, we just gotta keep our numbers. I keep our numbers right for this long analogy, for this 50-minute for this 50-minute analogy. Just to say that the outlet was made because we still have an overflow, right? That's really what this story is about. It's about the overflow, because on this second deal, let's say they can't sell the 100 pair, right? Let's say the second deal they can't sell the 100 pair, but they already brought 100, because that first deal they sold 100 and they made huge profits. So, but they need us now in this second deal, because that's the only reason why they would jump back in at this low of a rate. Now that we are taking the profit, we're making more of the profit. So that's only because they need us that they would even take that type of deal. But that's how these companies are, right? Nautica, Tommy, and Ralph Lauren, or for the Macy's store. Now, if you go into when you go into a higher class store, you're going to get a different 3, and you can tell who is the money maker, or who is the most popular, or who is selling the most, by the floor space, the position of the store, and the signage. Just everything, all of that stuff comes together to let you know, okay, boom, this brand has some real pull in this store, right? So after that second deal, remember that they couldn't sell 100 pair. They still broke even. They still broke even, and the bulk of their money is from traffic and is from upselling. All right, you came to look at the Bo Miles fashion line, but you actually sold pillows. You sold some sheets, right? Bedding. You sold bedding. You sold some towels. You sold watches. You sold perfume. You sold all this other stuff, and you sold a shirt, right? So it's kind of like advertisement. The Bo Miles brand is getting people into your store, so you can sell all of these other things to eat up the cost on how much you've actually paid for one thing, and that goes across the whole board. But you have some overflow. Now, like I said in our second example, you have 25 shirts left. So now you got to cut prices and get ready for the next season. So we got buy one, get one. Well, that's at the very least. That's when your back is against the wall. But before your back is against the wall, you're doing 10% off. You're doing 5% off. You're doing small gains. Look, this. Then you do, once it's really crunch, now you're doing 75% off, 80% off, right? You'll even do 90% off. That's rare, but you can see like a 90% off type of thing. Eventually, that's when you have product that's in there for 2 seasons, maybe 2 to 3 seasons, and you just want to clear it out because you might have a way. We sell it to this other guy. There's going to be a guy who's going to sell it to Ross, TJ Maxx, and there's another type of store, right? So you're going to sell some of your inventory to him, right? It's going to be, I would say it'd probably be like 40% off or 50% off. You're going to sell it to him. And then after him, then whatever you have left now, you're going to do your 40, you do 40, 50, up to 70, 80% off. Now, the next time when you come to the table, now we're on our third deal with the Bull Miles fashion line. Now, remember, we still have 100 pair, but they don't want to buy 100 pair now. They're only going to buy 75 pair. Now remember, but we're making profit. We've already made our 60% profit when we sold it. We made it up front. So we create an outlet for this remaining 25% inventory that we have, and we knock off a price. We just knock off. Usually, I want to say back in the 90s, those outlets, you was probably getting like, I would say 20. You was getting like 20, 30% off of everything that when you went in there, it was like 20 to 30% off. That's how it was in the 90s. You was getting like 20 to 30% off of those when you went to an outlet. So you went to the Bull Miles outlet store. Boom. Now you're getting 20%, 30% off, right? Now what has happened now is that stores, Macy's and all these other stores, they actually charge 20. They'll charge you 10 to 20% more. So they brought the Bull Miles jeans. So now we're on the 4th or 5th deal now. They brought it for 100. Right? They brought 100, or they brought 75 pair, or however many that they feel is going to sell, because they want to make a profit, right? Like, they're not struggling to make a profit. That's the whole idea, that these stores and these businesses are not struggling to make a profit. So they're going to buy whatever the number. So let's say that the safe number is 75. Okay. The safe number is 75. So what they're going to do now is, so let's see, at first we were saying that they brought, what do we have them at? Because remember, we just to keep the math simple, the total profit, or the total, what would it be? Gross, right? So the total gross is $1,000. Okay, so that's not profit. That's just how much when you sell the 100 pair at $10 is going to give us $1,000. So that's the gross. So we have $1,000 gross, and they're buying them at like $3. They're buying them at $3 a pair. Or they're buying them at like $6. So they're paying $6 so that they can make the $3, right? Or they're paying $5.50 or, whatever that'll give them their 75. Whatever give them the 75%. Okay. And let's see. So we'll give them their 20 because they're getting like 25. They're making 25. They're making like 25%, 30%. All right, off of that $1,000. So so it grosses 1,000. They're gonna make 300. So then that means they're gonna pay 700. All right, they're gonna pay 700. But just to make things fair, to make the numbers easy for them, we're gonna say because I don't want to give them a 60-40 split. Okay, because usually it's people are making like 20%. That's 15 to 20% is around the norm. So they're going to buy. We're going to give them 30%, right? Now that's hella good. So that means they're going to pay $700, right? But they're going to make a potential for 300, right? So they get to make 300, which is 30% of the total gross. All right. But remember, because of all of these deals, they figured out that, hey, look, we're only going to sell 75 pair. 75 is our sweet spot. Okay. So 75. So if 75 is their sweet spot, then they're paying, their initial is going to be $75. Right? That's going to be their initial. The initial cost. So let's go ahead and do what? It would be, because they're paying $750. So they're paying like $7 a pair. All right, there we go. So they're paying $7 a pair times, and I think I said just for the numbers, we was just going to give them 70. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do is give them 70 pair. So they can sell 70 pair, right? Now, that's going to cost them $490, right? They're buying 70 pair, and they're selling them at $10, right? That's going to be $700. They're gonna tax, because that's what's happening now. They're actually putting a higher percent on the consumer now. So instead of selling them at $10, now they're going to add on another 20%. So they're going to be selling them at $12. Right? They're going to be selling at $12. They're going to already put up another. I think 20% is going to be the highest that someone's going to tax on. And this isn't even a tax, right? Because we're not saying that this business is paying taxes. But that's all to say that the outlets, we went through this 30-minute example, just to say that the outlets of today is a hustle. It's just, so now I, as the Bo Miles fashion outlet, I'm not going to discount the normal 20 and 30% that I used to back in the 90s. Now, I'm just going to give it at regular price because retailers are adding on 10 to 20% more just so that they can get more profit. Right? So I have to adjust my scale because they have raised the price on them. Because if they added another 20%, so the top of the scale is going to be 20%. So if they added 20% and I've subtracted 30%, well then more and more people are going to come to me because actually because people are going to think that I've actually lowered it 50%. They're like, man, this is 50%. A 50% difference from Macy's. So then why the hell would I go to Macy's? We can just go direct to the Bull Miles fashion line. Yeah, we're a season behind, but still, I mean, look, I'm still rocking Bull Miles. Right? So all of that, we're still on the fact that people care more about their business than they do about us. And that's not a bad thing. Because while I'm at the outlet, while I'm at this outside mall, this outside outlet, quote unquote, because we already had our 30-minute rant on why it's like this in the traditional mall is slowly but surely fading away. It used to be like five malls in a big city. And they would be outside of the city. And the city would have, I would say in the city would have like maybe one or two. So in your regular city, it would be like one or two, one downtown. And then there would be like five surrounding so like in counties and other little smaller places, there would be up to 5 different malls. Now that has changed. So now we have these outlets now. So I'm at the outlet and a guy comes up to me and I'm walking, I have my shoes on, I have my sneakers. And he's like, oh man, we got some, sneaker protection products over here, right? We have some shoe protection products. We have this. I'm like, oh yeah, man. So in his pitch, he pitches, look, this is a black-owned business. This is a black-owned business. I have shoe protection or cleaning products. And there was something else that he said. I just can't remember the third thing because it was like, yo, man, look, man, I don't care what you got going on. Whatever ideas, whatever thing you're attached to get you to buy this product, that's all I care about. I just need you to come over here and buy this product. Like, I don't care if you can barely make rent. Like, I don't care if these gas prices are eating you up. Like, I don't care about none of that. I just need you to come over here and buy this spray. Like, I don't even know what it was. I don't even know if it was, I'm just sure it was a spray. Maybe it was a right? I'm not sure if it was just water repellent. But man, look, it's gonna clean your soles, right? So look. I have some shoes that need some restoration, that need some cleaning. So I should have went over there, right? But I don't like buying something else when I'm there for something. Okay, so I went there for a reason. We went to the outlet for a reason. Then this guy, he pops out, right? He's like he's like one of those ads that pop up on the internet. He's like an old ad that used to just pop up. They would just pop up like, book. You click on a website and they still do this some, but they have ad blockers and they have all of this stuff that's there, but you would be surfing the web and then boom, just whatever, all types of crap would just pop up. So I'm there for a reason. I'm there. Look, I want to go to the Under Armour outlet. I want to go to the Polo outlet, right? The store. Because I don't even want to call them an outlet. They're not outlets. Remember, we went on a 30-minute rant to say that these are no longer outlets anymore. These are just stores. These are stores, and they're not even selling last year's or last season's merch. This is like a direct to consumer situation now, right? So it's like, all right, if I had to, because of, the 20 deals that I've done with Macy's, now my margins are low and they've raised the price so much that I can get my regular rate from the consumer, because Macy's has now smelled themselves so much and they have so much other business that they're like, man, they're always haggling me on the price, but their prices are so high that the customers are like, man, I'm getting a deal buying the Macy's price, right? Because Macy's brought in bulk, right? Macy's would buy 100 pair. Macy's would buy 70 pair, 75 pair. So I was getting my money up front, but now, I have so much so many people walking in that it makes sense. And even remember, I'm making $9 for every, like I'm far beyond what I spent, right? Remember, it only costs $1 to make. I'm making $9 for every pair, right? So like, yo, we're good. We're hella good. So we can afford to pay workers. We can afford to pay for this space, electricity, water, just everything. Look, we're good. We're making hand over fist. And now that I've like discounted and everything with Macy's, and now I have a steady stream of people that's coming. Look, I'm even better now, right? So that's why they do it. But that whole story, that whole rant was just to say that when we're at the outlet, that this guy who's selling shoe cleaning or shoe restoration, I don't even know what it is, but I have to go and get it though. I have to. I didn't get it that day because look, man, I'm trying to go and do whatever I plan to do. I really don't want to go on a side quest. Okay? Like I've come here to get the holy shield, right? I've come here to get the dragon sword. And you come up here talking about, man, a group of bandits just stole. Look, man, I don't care about that, dog. Like, yo, man, that's your problem, though. Oh, man. Oh, it's like, yo, man, we black owned. Man, you black owned. Man, a group of bandits came through and stole my mother's clock. We black owned though. We black owned. Like, yo, man, he's trying any and everything to get me on this side quest. Okay, I came to this area just to get the dragon's shield, right? To get the dragon's sword, right? To get the golden flute. Like I've come here for a reason. And he want to jump in with some side quest. And he's going to try any and every tactic to get me on to that side quest. Right? To buy this shoe cleaning solution, right? Now, just like your regular typical game, and the side quests will sometimes produce some type of loot or booty, for us bandits and pirates out there, right? It's going to produce some type of loot for us. Something that we can gain maybe later on, right? So, and this, yes, I do have a pair of shoes that I need to clean up so that I can sell. Right? Now I can just use soap and water and a toothbrush, but look, what else is out there? I mean, what do you guys have? Right? But I've come there for a reason. So he's trying to get me on a side quest. Look, I don't have time for that. So yes, he's trying to help me, but at the same time, he's really just trying to help himself. And that's what this whole 45-minute story has been about. It's been about people trying to help themselves and masking. And I can't say that it's masking, but it is masking, and masking it as helping us. Like they're not trying to help us. When he puts us on this side quest, he does not care about our time. Look, man, I don't have a lot of health to be going on this side quest. Look, man, I don't really care about that, man. You know, I don't care about your health. I don't care. Look, I don't have the proper equipment to go up into this cave and get your grandmother's clock, you know, to get Granny's watch. You're not even trying to give me Granny's watch. You want me to bring the watch back. You want me to bring Granny's watch back, pocket watch, right? The bandits came in, stole Granny's pocket watch. And instead of you going up there, you want to send me up there. Yeah, and actually, you want to send as many people up there as possible, right? That's what this guy is doing, right? He doesn't care why I'm at this outlet, what I've come to get. He's like, look, man, here's another sucker. And he doesn't care about gas prices. He doesn't care about time. Look, how much time do you have? He don't care about none of that. He was like, yo, you know, just looking at your shoes, then you take care of your shoes. So you need some type of product. You care about shoes. This is his assumption. I don't care about shoes. I don't care about shoes. Right? Now, I've already told you guys that I have shoes right now. So if I was this guy, so if I'm selling, just not even if I'm this guy, but I have his job, right? Because I'm sure when he leaves, he's not worried about shoes. He's not thinking about this product, right? Is he trying to just sell it to all his friends all the time, 24 hours a day? Probably not, right? Like, he's not obsessed. This is just a job. He gets paid either commission or hourly, however. And so that's where it is. But if I was to apply for his job, when I see somebody that has new sneakers, new shoes, their shoes look good. They don't look worn down. They look fairly new, which the shoes I had on, they're going to look new, right? When I see somebody like that, I'm going to ask him, hey, bro, right? Because remember, like he cut it up in segments, okay? He's trying to identify with me. When he says, hey, man, look, I got some stuff that'll clean your shoes or keep your shoes, whatever, right? This black owned, right? So what he's saying to me is look, I'm one of, like, we're brothers. We're the same. We're family. So buy from me. Give me your money. Okay, it's safe to give me your money. We are family. So what I would have done, my approach, if I was in his shoes, knowing my situation. So if I had his job, knowing my situation, I know that if you have shoes, if you have like nice shoes, the first thing is going to be the first level of buyers that I want. Okay. Remember, it's about gold and shovels. Okay. When the gold rush happened, people went out there to go and dig for gold. Okay. The first people, and now this is important. I want you guys to remember this. I want you guys to really pay attention, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the field is. This is true for everything. This is the golden rule. Okay? Now, Fid would always say the golden rule is he who has the gold makes the rules. So that's the number one golden rule right there. That's number one. All right. He who has the gold makes the rules. That's number one. All right. That cannot be touched. We look, we gotta give it up to Fid on that one. All right. That's the first one. The second one that I've learned, this is from your big bro, your little bro, your big cousin, your uncle, Bo, whoever I need to be, your little sister, Bo, whoever I need to be. All right. This is the second golden rule right here. This is about gold and shovels. Okay. The first wave gets the gold. The second wave gets the shovels. All right. That's the second golden rule right there. Okay. So it's two rules. He who has the gold makes the rules. The second one is the first wave gets the gold, and thereafter gets the shovels. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that when they first went to go dig for gold, the first settlers and the first frontiersmen, or whatever they were called, they were getting gold. Okay, but as the gold started to run out, started to become more scarce, then people needed things to dig and to shift and to look for gold, because the gold is now scarce in this area, right? It's been exhausted. So people are still finding gold there, right? But people are making even more money selling shovels and jumpsuits and flashlights, overalls, boots, shoestrings, soap. Like they're selling all this other stuff, right? They're selling all this other stuff, like, because and when that happens, when people are selling all that other stuff, that means that the gold is scarce. Okay? Like, this is your indicator. This lets you know that this area is fully saturated. When people start selling you shovels and every other thing to help you dig for gold, when people are selling you help, that means that the area is saturated, that the area is exhausted. People are still finding gold there. I'm not saying that there is no gold in this area. There is still gold there, but you're not going to become independent. When people are selling help, then that means that it's been locked up. The flag has been captured. Like, that's what that means. So again, now we're back to people, because remember, we're not talking about, this is not negative, right? This guy bringing me on a side quest wants me to buy his shoe cleaning solution. This isn't bad, right? So now we're in his role. we're in his role now. My number one customer is, remember, our second rule is the person who's going to buy the shovel for gold, right? Because he doesn't care about the cost of the shovel. Now, we're selling shovels to your local family who they may need a shovel here and there. It's not as dire. So I'm out there. I'm really, look, man, I got this shovel. I got this. But if you're trying to dig for gold, you're actually using the shovel to make money. Well, then you're going to buy it. You're going to buy that shovel. If you get there and you're ready to make some money, right? Remember, the money isn't there. The money isn't there, but you believe it's there. So that person is going to buy the shovel 100 times faster than your family who may need a shovel. Remember, everyone needs a shovel at the house, okay? Everyone needs a shovel. Everyone needs a rake. Everyone needs, just lawnmower and stuff like that. But you don't get it until you truly need it. Till the one that we have it's fully broke. It's done. All right, now let's go and get it. But the person who actually uses the shovel, who uses the rake, who uses anything for business, then they're going to buy it out quick. So that's our number one customer right there. It's a person who uses the stuff for business. No matter what it is, no matter what the product is. I don't care what the product is. The person who uses it for business is your number one customer. Okay? Look, man, I'm dropping gems right now. Look. Call me Bobby B. All right? Look, we dropping gems right now. We're dropping gems. And this is the beauty of our intimate numbers, is that I can drop these type of gems. Because when we have 30,000, 60,000, a million, we won't get it to a million by dropping these type of gems, because the masses love drama. That's how you get to those millions. It's through theater. But the very small minority, the 20, remember, it's always the 80-20, right? 80% of profit comes from 20% of the goods. So our number one customer is the person who needs a product for business. That's our number one, because they don't care. They need it. They need it. It's not that they want it. It's not that, well, I'm gonna wait until this, that, and the nah, they need it. Okay, so in this shoe, this guy who wants to sell me shoe care, right? The shoe cleaning product. If he knew that his number one customer is someone who cleans shoes and sells them, right? That's his number one. So then his pitch needs to speak to that person first. So when he sees me and he sees that I have, my shoes look new, his first thing should be, this guy buys and maybe sells shoes. So how would I hit it? Boom. As soon as I see the guy coming, right? This guy, he looks fresh. Boom. First thing I'm going to say to him is, man, I like those shoes, right? I'm going to stop. People love flattery. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to say thank you, right? I'm going to say thank you, right? I'm walking. And he says, man, I like those. Those I had on the foam posits, right? I had on the cherries. I call them the Cherry Hills. Remind me of when I was home, when I was little, right? I lived in Cherry Hill. So he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that, but he knows that the shoes are red, right? So whatever he would call them, the fires, the Firebirds, the Bloods, like whatever he's gonna call those shoes, so I would say, boom, oh man, those are fresh. Man, those are fresh. You got the Cherry Hill foam posits on, right? The guy, our potential customer, which is me, is gonna smile like, yes, flattery. Let me get 3 more of those, right? Flattery is like potato chips. You just can't eat one. Flattery is like, look, I'm dropping gems on y'all right now. Okay, I really hope that someone goes out in their job. I hope that we got some salesmen, we got some salespeople listening, and they're gonna run with this. Okay, I hope that they are working at Macy's, they're working. Look, we're always selling. All right, always be selling. no matter what position you're in, you're selling. You're selling yourself. You're selling whatever. So, boom. Remember, our number one customer is the person who uses the product for business. Okay, they use this product to make money. Then flattery. We're gonna hit them with some flattery, and flattery are like potato chips. They like chips. Ooh, what flavor you like? Okay, you just can't eat one. So once I hit them with the boom, those are the Cherry Hills. Man, I love those shoes. I love those shoes. And then once I hit them with that, right? We got to hit them again with one more. We got to hit them. So we hit them with those are nice. That's one. And then we hit them with, oh man, I always wanted that. That's a form of flattery. When you tell somebody that you want what they have, that is flattery. And it's not the same type of flattery. So it just moves them along, and it's not pushy. Whereas if you said, man, those are nice. Those are super. Those are excellent. Those are right. So it's like, oh my God, man. Okay, I get it, man. Or you hit them with, man, I always wanted those. I mean, ever since I was little. I mean, man, I dream about those every night. I mean, I saw a pair one. Like, it's like, okay, man, I get it. Right. But when you hit them with, man, those are fire. So the first one is actually acknowledging what they have on. This even works on the opposite sex, okay? By acknowledging something. So acknowledging that you even had the shoes on. Oh, man, those are fire. That's letting somebody know that, look, man, I'm watching. Man, those are fire. Then if you know the name of them, right? So 9 times out of 10, you're not going to know the name. But if you're selling if you're selling shoe care products, you should know shoes. All right? You should know shoes. Like, you should know them. So, like, that's just what it is, okay? You should know them. So, even if you don't know the exact name, you should know what family they're in, right? You should know Yeezys when you see them. You should know Dunks when you see them, Jordans when you see them. You should know. And just, if you're selling shoe care, remember we said business, so that means that our number one customer is going to be people who sell shoes. It's not people who buy shoes, because everyone buys shoes. Every person in America, right? Now remember, we're worldwide. I mean, it's good to say. So some places people don't buy shoes, but in America, I mean, everyone buys shoes. It doesn't matter what the price is, because I remember when I was little, I mean, man, it was like $20, $30 shoes, and you had to rock those for the year. You had to wear those out. All right, your toes had to come out. Your toes had to talk. You had to talk to them. All right, so now that we're selling this shoe care product, our number one is going to be People who shop for business. That's gonna be our number one customer. So when I tell you, okay, boom, I acknowledge that you have those shoes on. Oh man, you got the Cherry Hills on. It doesn't matter what he calls them. He's gonna call them a different name. Boom. Oh man, I want those. Those are fire. Ooh, okay. And now the next compliment, right? Because remember, they're like, what do we say? It's like chips. It's like chips. So when we tell them, how did you get them? Because 9 times out of 10, like we're just saying that most of the people, like when you wear Jordans, foam pods, and things like this, these are shoes that you can't buy in the store. You have to buy those shoes online. So if you buy those shoes online, then that means that you possibly sell shoes as well, or you thought about it. I mean, if you buy chips and you can sell those chips, then you're gonna sell chips. I mean, that's just the way it is. Okay, more people would sell food if they could. They just have regulations. They have so many things to tell you that you can't sell food. That's the reason why people don't sell food. But because people buy food, we know that people buy food. Okay, because I buy food and you buy food, I know that people buy food. So if I need to sell something, food is going to be a no-brainer. All right. So, but we're talking about this shoe care. When I see someone with exclusive shoes on, they brought them online. So because they brought them online, because even if they got a raffle, I mean, all right, but I just have to assume that you also sell. So I'm going to speak to that. So with our customer, we hit them with the oh man, those are fire. We give them a name, right? Man, you got the red bones on, right? You just call it whatever. It don't matter what you call it. What character? Man, you got the Elmos, right? You just make up something. Yo, you got the Lion-O's out there. Yo, you got the Lion-O's on. You got the Thundercats. Man, you got the Voltrons on, right? People are like, I mean, I guess wherever you're from, that's what y'all call it. Okay, so I'm putting you on to game. I'm giving you a compliment, right? I'm stacking these compliments up. And so this next compliment is actually the hook. This compliment is the hook. When I say, man, I know you sell shoes, man. I know you sell shoes. Right? Now, I do sell shoes, but right now I'm not focused on selling shoes. Now remember, I do have some shoes. I have shoes in the closet. I have things that I could potentially sell and that I'm going to get back to eventually, but I'm not focused on shoes right now. I'm focused on music. But when he says, man, I know you sell shoes, right? I'm going to be like, yeah. Then I'll be, I knew it, bro. And I'm going to use the bro on him, right? I'm going to use bro. Why? Because that was the same reason when he said, look, it's black owned. I mean, it was just cheesy though. It's black owned. Like, yo, even if it was Asian owned, I'm not trying to go on any side quests. But when you say, look, you're starting to get into, look, man, I know you want to make some money. Well, now I'm listening. Because remember, our number one customer is the person who buys whatever the product is for business. That's going to be our number one customer. So we're selling shoe cleaning solution. Our number one customer is the person who sells shoes. Right? And it's so many. Anytime you see anybody with some type of exclusive shoe on, that means that they brought the shoe not from the store. So then they're a potential seller right there. Man, I know you sell shoes. I would have been like, right? Because remember, we're always pressed for time, right? Now he's hit me up with the flattery, right? Or, in this story it's because I am the guy, okay? So I'm hitting up the customer with flattery, but I'm acknowledging that if this would have worked on me, this would have worked. If this was his approach, it would have worked. I mean, even though I'm pressed for time, I get a moment to gloat. Yes, I do. I do sell shoes. Man, I need to sell some shoes, right? Boom. Then I'd have been like, then I could ask him, hey man, what you selling them on, right? Man, I know you sell shoes. What you selling them on? You selling them on OfferUp? You selling them on eBay? Like, what you use? Man, I use a couple platforms here and there, right? Man, I got the best cleaning products for shoes that you need to restore. You got any restoring projects? Right? Now remember, I've been sleeping on a restoring project. I got a couple restoring projects that I'm like, man, I could try. Maybe I could pay somebody. I mean, I could sell them the way they are without even cleaning them. Just, I would just mark it down, but it's still going to be a profit. I'm still going to make a profit off of them, but I can make even more of a profit if they're clean. So, boom. Now I want to get into that conversation about restoration, because that is the person who is going to buy this product, hands down, no questions asked. That's the person who's going to buy. Hands down, no question asked. Restoration? Man, look, man, this is how I make my money, right? This is how I make my money. This is the difference between a $50 profit and a $150 profit. So, boom. So if I got to spend $20, $40, but this is going to set me up to where I could sell 10 pair of shoes. I can clean 10 pair of shoes and make a profit of about $400 to $1,000, right? I could even, 10 pair of shoes, I could easily make, if I was to sell 10 pair of my shoes, I could easily make like $4,000. So I'm around, I would say like around $3,000 to $4,000 if I sold 10 pair of my shoes. So now $40, $60 is not a lot if that's what you were speaking to me about, right? If that's what you're speaking to me about, because remember, the money conversation, when it comes to people that are trying to, they're in business, they're here to make money. That's what they want to hear is how can I make money, right? Now remember, we dropped a heavy gem today. Okay, we dropped a heavy gem, and I want you guys to really, really think about that, because no matter if you're trying to become a manager, if you're trying to become a supervisor, if you're trying to get a job, if you're trying to whatever, sell shoe products, you're trying to sell shoes, you're trying to sell whatever, right? First customer is going to be, our number one customer is going to be the person who uses this product to make money. So even if we're working in a shoe store, people are using these shoes. So we work at Foot Locker or Ross or anything. When someone walks into the store, right? We work at Ross. Hey, how's it going? Right? The first thing, a good hello. Hey, how you doing? Right? That's always a good start. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you doing today? Right? People, they don't look. I don't want you to sell me anything. That's how people are naturally. They really do want you to sell them, but they don't want the pushy. They don't want your flattery to be one kind, the one you just riding this one thing. Oh man, I really like those shoes. I really like this. I really like the sole. I really like the color. I really like that they're 3/4. I really like that they're high quarter. I really like Nike. It's like, man, I really don't care, right? But when they walk into the store, we hit them with, hey, how's it going? If it's raining, we hit them with, man, it's raining cats and dogs. Yo, it's crazy out there right now. Right? If it's hot outside, right? Like these outlets, if it's hot and you walk in, man, it's hot out there. Come in here and get some of this air, right? That's the elephant in the room. People are coming in there. They're walking around and it's hot outside. They're walking around and it's hot. Come in here and get some air, right? So if we're at a shoe store, we're at Ross, and it's hot outside. Man, hey, how's it going? Hey, man, it's hot out there. Come in here and cool off. Come in here and cool off, right? If you're in an inside mall and you have somewhere for people to sit down, come in here and rest your feet, right? This is the obvious things that people want to do. They want to sit down. They want to rest, right? This is still a part of our introduction. This is still part of our hello, how you doing? Okay? Then the next thing, remember, now we're at Ross. We're at Ross. We're trying to sell. And remember, business is our number one customer, the person who uses this for business, right? So when they come in there and we get them, right, we get them to smile, we get them to laugh, we get them to chuckle. We acknowledge the obvious. First thing we need to speak to is business, right? Now, they're not going to be buying a 500 pair and then reselling if they're coming into Ross. That's a possibility, but that's very highly unlikely. So their business is 9 times out of 10, maybe they're standing all day, right? So we want to find that out. What do you do? What do you do for work? That's what I want to find out. So when they come in after I hit them with the weather or, just our initial, hey, how are you doing? Right? Remember, flattery, it's like chips, like potato chips. Look, you just can't eat one. You got to eat, look, let me get a couple more. Right? So now we need to find out their business. But we're not going to ask, hey, where you work at? Okay? When they come in, boom, you stand around? Right? And your job, man, right? Because we want to find out, okay, everyone needs shoes for comfort. So when you walk into Ross and you're in the shoe section or whatever the shoe department, because Ross is like a huge, they sell any and everything. But Rack Room or Foot Locker or Jimmy Jazz, right? 9 times out of 10, like those, like Jimmy Jazz type of places and Hibbett, they could be coming for multiple things, right? So in this example, we're just talking about a shoe, like just a shoe store. So Rack Room shoes, or they have some other ones that sell a whole bunch of shoes, right? But we want to speak to them walking around. And especially if it's a Saturday, 9 times out of 10, you're off on this Saturday, right? You're off. So you've been walking around. Are your shoes comfortable? Right? Are your shoes comfortable? Man, it's going to be you got a long day planned? You got a long day ahead of you? Long day of walking, huh? Person going to be like, just a little bit. I got a bunch of errands and a bunch of this and a bunch of that. Boom. At that point, now we can make the recommendation. Because the recommendation is the sale. Right? Oh, our most comfortable shoes. Look, I'm not trying to sell you, but you need to know our number one most comfortable shoe is this. Okay? You can walk around all Saturday. You can walk around all weekend with these and your feet are not going to hurt. Okay? That's still a form of business because your feet hurting, you want comfortable shoes when you're at work. You want comfortable shoes when you're making money. Right? You want a comfortable shirt, comfortable attire. So it's not just about people selling, but the first thing we want to speak to in our buyer is how are they going to make money? How are they going to make money? Right? That's the first thing. We know that, look, that's what they want. What these bitches want from a nigga. Right? They want to make money. They want to make money. What these bitches want from a nigga. They really want to make money. What these bitches want from a nigga. Hey, yo. Right? Like, yo, that's what we want. Okay? We want to make more money. So every product assists in helping to make money. Now, in our gold and shovels, the shovel is going to be the number one thing. But a flashlight, boots, overall, the little pans, distilled water, shoestrings, belts, soap, lotion, right? We can trickle down. All of these things are going to help. Food, right? Then we can start to trickle down in food. So no matter what it is that we're trying to sell, we have gold, and then we have the shovels, and then we have a pyramid that just kind of opens up into where all, as you get, so the gold would be on the top of a pyramid, right? So if we look at it as a pyramid, the gold is on top of the pyramid. Right under the gold is the shovel. Okay. Now the shovel can actually look like a pyramid, right? So that is the most important thing to the gold. To you finding gold is that shovel. But in the pyramid and at the very point it's going to be things that's going to be more and more important to finding gold. But as you get down and further down to the pyramid, and it starts to really like spread out, and that angle starts to really separate between your two lines, right? As you go further down, you're going to get more and more things. So food is going to be in that pyramid. It's not going to be as important as the shovel, but it is important. And then what types of food, right? So then now you got a pyramid for that. So that's what we need to be thinking about. So even as we go on, because once I stop this, I got to work on the music. So I finally created the TikTok account. The big homie Esteban, he's been telling me, he's been telling me, yo, man, get on TikTok. And so I finally did that yesterday. So now I have to upload my music, right? So I'm going to upload this episode. Then I'm going to upload the rest of, or some of my music to TikTok. And then I have to create the last lo-fi. I have to create the last lo-fi. And then I have to upload that to the album so it can be on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, or Apple Music, and other things. So that's what's on the agenda today. And then, so I might not make the music. I'll probably make it, but I probably won't upload it. So we'll see. I'm not really worried about it. But as we look at what we were just talking about today, okay, who's going to use this for business, right? I need to identify that. Who's going to use, so for us musicians, right? So we have a couple people that's musicians. We have a couple people that's doing, look, we all doing everything, all right? We're ordinary people out here. So for me, who's going to use my music to make money? All right, I need to identify them because that's my number one customer, the person who uses my money to make money. Or uses my music, uses my money, right? That's the number one. We all should hope to aspire to get to the point to where we use money to make money. All right, that's hard, but it can be done. So I have to find, okay, who's going to use my music to make money, and once I identify them, Boom. Look, let's shop this music to them. All right. Look, y'all need more music. I got you. Right. One thing, somebody at work, he made a comment to me today, and it was a powerful comment. He said, "Man, anybody can make a beat." Right. And it wasn't negative. Right. It wasn't negative. It was just, it was an awareness of the mindset of the people. And we have to be aware of that. Right? It's just like, it's not offensive because it's like, man, anybody play the drums, but that's not true. That's not true. It's a lot harder than you think. I mean, anybody can do anything, right? Man, anybody can get in front of a camera. Anybody can do a podcast. Anybody can, right? Anybody can sweep and clean. Anybody can clean a bathroom. But that's not true because some people do it a little bit better. And once you get reputation, like, yo, I can't find my MIDI keyboard. So I feel like the people who clean the house stole it. Like, that's just, look, you know how it is. Once you accuse somebody, then you find it. So it could be misplaced, but I feel like it's been stolen. So, anybody just can't clean your house. Because people steal. Like, people out here stealing. So it's about reputation. And that's what that comment, when he said, anybody can make a beat, right? That's right. But it's about reputation. So not only am I making music, but I have to build my reputation, right? People have to be aware of my reputation. Because just like that, cleaning the house, like, yo, you need to know that I'm not going to steal. I'm not going to steal something from your house. All right? Like, I'm just not going to let anybody in my house. That's just not how it works. I'm just not going to let anybody in my house. Right? Before whoever we got now recently, the other people, they stole a belt. I know they stole a belt because I haven't been able to find the belt. And I know where the belt was. So somebody stole the belt. And I don't just have strangers in my house searching and looking through my house. So I know who stole the belt. Okay? It was here at a certain time. And then we get a certain type of people come. And then the belt is missing. You stole the belt. Okay? My keyboard has been stolen. So it's like, yo, anybody just can't come in my house and clean my house. Right? Like, nah. So reputation is everything. And that's what we got to remember. So no matter what the field is, no matter what you guys are doing, remember that reputation and honesty, which I'm not worried. Look, to the people who stole whatever, all right, you stole it. Like, I'm not, I don't feel like you need to die. Like, yo, look, you stole. Like, so you can't do business. That's all. Like, yo, that's all that means. But I'm sure you'll do business with somebody else. You'll do business with somebody else. And, like, yo, I'm not here to take food out your mouth. Like, yo, that's how you get down. You steal. So, look. I'm not, you can't work together, but look, you may change. You should be allowed to change. So I'm not going to post that, yo, this person stole my belt or this person stole my keyboard. Like, I'm not going to post that because you can change. Like, yo, you stole my shit and you know that me and you not doing business no more. So the next family or the next home that you're in, you're cleaning or you're doing whatever, like, yo, you can ask yourself, like, yo, is it worth it? All right? Like, yo, is it worth it? Because that keyboard or that belt is not worth it. Like, yo, that belt is probably, $10. So over the course of a year, you traded $1,000. You traded 14, or let's say a monthly would probably be, yeah. So I would say you traded $1,400 to $2,400 for a $10 belt, right? Like, yo, that's That's dumb. You could have just brought you a belt, right? You could have brought you a belt with the money that I pay you. You could have brought the belt. So eventually you'll realize that. You can just keep stealing and people will stop having you in their house. Then you'll have your come to Jesus moment or your come to Satan. Whoever whoever's your Lord and Savior. You'll have that come to moment, right? The stardust. Whoever, it don't matter. Look, y'all know me. Y'all know how I get down. Like, yo, I love all the creation stories. So whoever is your Lord and personal Savior, you'll have that moment eventually. I don't want to stop you from putting food in your mouth or your family's mouth, right? So I'm not going to put it out there and put you on blast, but eventually you're going to find out. But we will never work. We will never work together in any capacity, right? That's just how it is, we'll never work in any capacity, but you should still be able to work. Okay? That's how your boy Bo gets down, right? That keyboard that was stolen, you could have brought that. But now you traded, let's say that MIDI keyboard costs $200, or $400. It don't matter. Sorry, $400, but boom, you would have made 10 times that. So it's not worth it. Right? It's not worth it. But you'll find out on your own. It's all good. And I get people all the time that, come, man, I'm so sorry for this. Look, don't apologize. It's all good. It's all good. Hopefully you've learned from it. You've learned, it's just not worth it. Right? It's just not worth it. But sometimes it is worth it. So, get it in. And all of this whole 90 minutes has just been to say, let's focus on the positive. Because, look, negativity is always around us, but positivity is always around us as well. Reese's PCs.